all I'm doing, I get home, I get the kids to bed, and I jump on Netflix and I'm watching this Pitmasters show where they're just making meat. That's all I watch now.
What?
It's insane. I've turned into some Texan or something. I don't even know what's going on with my life. It just makes me really hungry, and I don't stop watching until about midnight. I go to bed really hungry, and then I wake up really hungry. It's a different show. It's a different podcast. Carry on.
It's amazing.
MINISODE. Watch out! Here it comes. Watch out! Here it comes. Watch out! Here it comes. Watch out!
Get on with it, Flog.
I was just making sure you're still there. I figured if I'd be quiet long enough, you'll arc up.
I'm still here.
Man, the NBA Finals, they're well upon us now. Much the same as last year. Warriors have just jumped out of the gates in this series. Game 3 tomorrow. So by the time people have heard this show, Game 3 should be finished. I gotta take my hat off because... whoa, what's going on?
You taking your hat off or the microphone off? What are you taking off? His hairpiece.
Leave your shirt on when we record, Vince. How many times have I told you?
Mate, I'll give you some of my back hair just to plug into your scalp.
Oh, no.
I'm a bit peeved at LeBron's supporting cast, mainly J.R. Smith and Tristan Thompson. I just think Smith's absolutely poo these 2 games. I know he's not a superstar, but he's averaging 1.5 points per game. Goose egg in the last game.
Yeah.
They need at least 15 to 18 points a game from J.R. Smith because Golden State have replaced Harrison Barnes with a Kevin Durant who is clearly on a bloody mission, and Tristan Thompson needs to give him a double-double every night. And their bench, Korver, Williams, Derek Williams, I'm not sure what Coach Lou's doing. Not getting enough minutes. Not getting enough minutes into those guys. The Warriors are doing what they're meant to do. I mean, they've got the home seed. They're meant to win their home games, but they're not meant to be blowing out the Eastern Conference champs. Far out. It's pretty bad. It's the LeBron show. No one, not even Kyrie or Love, I mean, really are stepping up as probably as much as they should, given the looks and the ball that they're getting. But, yeah, Thompson, massive letdown. JR and Shump. Korver's hesitation on every single look he's getting is not good. But, look, they're playing against, a well-oiled machine, and Kevin Durant is just on an absolute tear. It's crazy. He is head and shoulders, the best player on the court. It's pretty impressive.
I think people quickly forget, how embarrassed KD probably was the last time he went up with LeBron's in the NBA Finals. Obviously, when he was playing with OKC, I mean, that series was over pretty damn quick. So I definitely think he's got a point to prove. Plus, he's obviously got a little bit of a chip on the shoulder just because, I suppose, the backlash to be expected from the movie Major in the summer. We touched on it a few times over the past few shows, Stu, where, man, my hat's off to Steph Curry, man. That kid he's just balling. He looks like an MVP player.
Yeah, and to be, to not have to fire on all cylinders and still be this dominant, you can have a quiet game from Clay. You can have a game where really you don't get a lot from your bench where, Iggy and David West and those guys aren't really giving you much, and you can still be this dominant. It's really alarming. And I know that we saw this last year, and I know that the Cavs came back from 3-1. So nobody is going to write them off, and Vegas bets, and it doesn't matter where you are. The odds are still going to be good going into tomorrow, and the expectation is that this is at least going to go to, 6 or 7. But wow, I mean, they really had to steer this ship over in Cleveland, and it's just, I mean, the memes, I was calling it mid-game that the memes of Tyronn Lue's face were going to hit the internet, and sure as shit they did, because that guy did not know what the hell was going on.
Vince, question for you. The series swings to Cleveland now. Cavs have the home court advantage. Do you think Cleveland get a game in this series?
I told a few of the fellas at work today that I think Cavs get game 3. I don't know why I would say that, but I just got to I can feel it.
You're hopeful. You're a hopeful person.
I'm hopeful. I'm trying to stay positive for the Cavs. Look, let's. I just want them to get the one game, and then hey, let's get 2 at home. Why not? Even it up. Anything can happen.
It's not looking good.
It's not looking great. No. But hey, you can't blame LeBron. He's playing really well.
No, not at all. I mean, I think you nailed it at the top of the show. It's like he's not getting anything really out of the supporting cast, and even Stu mentioned like even his starters, they aren't really stepping up to the plate. I mean, I feel like Kevin Love is having one of those series where he just kind of gets his numbers but sort of fades into the background. Like he's not stamping himself in this series like he should. A big key to that, obviously, is the pace that the Warriors set straight off the bat, but this could be a very quick NBA Finals.
I really hope they don't get swept, but it's not up to Kevin Love. Like, we want Kevin Love to get his, 20 and 15, but as good as LeBron is, Kyrie's the one with the mongrel in him. Kyrie's the one that would want to take the big shot, but he just hasn't been able to bust out with that 40-point game. And I feel like that's what it's going to take, similar to last season's finals with LeBron and Irving dropping 40 each.
Yeah.
It's going to take something like that because this Warriors team is just so many weapons, so powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you and you kind of think, they've been there before, they've done it before, they've dug themselves out of a hole, but the hole that they dug themselves out of did not involve Kevin Durant. It involved Harrison Barnes, and to look at the stat lines of where they were, I think I saw today that KD scored more in the first 2 games than Barnes gave the Dubs in the whole series last year.
Well, you didn't have to guard Harrison Barnes.
Yeah, that's
LeBron had a night off.
That's it. I was just about to say that. He didn't have to expel that energy. But even him playing that defense, I mean, his number, like you said, Vince, like you can't blame LeBron. His numbers are fantastic, and he still looks a dominant player out there. He just looks a little outmatched right now because the Warriors are doing it on such a balanced attack with so many weapons. So last episode, you missed the minisode, Vince, and Stu and I were talking. So I want to pose the question to you. We'll talk about rivalries in the NBA. And how this has become one, and people shouldn't be complaining about this series because this is what they've been asking for. This is, I believe, this is a true rivalry now. So I can't help but think that even if Cavs get a game or the Warriors sweep, you've got to think that Cleveland going into next season are probably going to be looking to up the firepower. So when it hits this time again, they're ready to outgun this Warriors team. I mean, they've got to be looking at... I mean, obviously, they're probably not looking at them now because, they're only 2 games down, so anything can happen. But you've got to think that maybe they'll have a look at a Chris Paul. Maybe they'll have a look at Carmelo Anthony and maybe switch up this roster.
I really don't think they need any of those guys you just mentioned. I just think they need more reliable punch off the bench. And if J.R. Smith does not wake up, I'd be dealing his ass straight out of there.
I feel like he was dealing with injuries all year, though. I feel like we never really saw JR this season. I mean, I feel like he's like LeBron stuck his neck out for him to get him that deal, really, to get him back in Cleveland, and that happened. But I just feel like that maybe the personnel's not there for Cleveland this year.
He's been healthy for a while. You just look at that. When they got Korver, I was really excited. I thought, man, Korver's just going to be this massive threat, get a ton of shots from the 3. I thought Derek Williams would give him some good minutes playing with LeBron and Kyrie. I liked the addition of Darren Williams, but it just hasn't happened. There's just no firepower from that bench, which you're going to need against this loaded Warriors team. So I just think they need to find that microwave off the bench. Maybe they can sign Kobe, get him out of retirement.
He's too busy throwing shade at Jalen Rose.
Oh my God, those commercials are amazing. Oh, they're so funny. I love the statue.
They need to find someone.
Yeah.
haven't really had a good look at who, but geez, can they fit Jordan Clarkson under the salary cap? We'll just take we'll take Kyrie.
I mean, I just feel like after this series is said and done, I think that there's maybe it mightn't be a dominant star like I had just previously mentioned, but I think that as far as the supporting cast, I think that's going to need a major shake-up, overhaul, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I just think it's going to be a bench thing. I mean, they'll probably, even Richard Jefferson, get rid of him too. He's probably the classic, played 1 year too long. But I just think I'll look at that bench. They just need to find something. The starting five pretty much set. The only thing I'd probably, if I can't deal J.R. Smith, he's coming off the bench.
Interesting.
I even Tyronn Lue. Why not just shake it up and start Darren Williams and put Kyrie at the 2? He's gonna give him more than Smith.
I mean, there didn't seem to be a changing game plan from game 1 to game 2, and I don't see how they're going to survive if they don't change it up. I mean, they're talking about bringing Shumpert into the starting lineup. I mean, he had shot in his foot the other day, so, I mean, I don't even know how healthy that guy is, but they just can't continue the way they are because they're just getting a run off the court. But, yeah, interesting series. I just feel like Cavs mightn't even get a game in this series.
Ooh, I think they're going to work him out. I think it's taking them much longer than they'd have liked to. And I think for the first half of the second game, it didn't look too bad. I mean, there were a couple of runs by both teams that kept it pretty close at halftime, and that kind of gave me a glimmer of hope that they can work this out. I'm not counting the Cavs out. I think they'll get back in it. I think it'll still go to 7. I thought it was going to go to 7 before the series started. I think it'll go to 7.
I hope so.
I think it's a sweep.
Ooh.
I think it's a sweep. Yeah. Well, away from the NBA Finals, plenty of chatter going around the league. I wasn't going to start off with this one after the finals talk, but what the hell? Dwight Howard, did you guys see this?
I did. I had a chuckle.
So Dwight Howard sees the evolution of the big man in the NBA and is working on his three-point shot, guys.
Has he seen his shooting stroke?
Could he maybe work on his free throws first?
Mate, he's...
What's he going to do?
I'm sorry.
Vince, what's he going to do if he starts shooting threes? Get fouled at the three-point line and go shoot 3 free throws?
No one's fouling him. They're letting him, and then by virtue of the fact that there's a giant rebounder hanging around the 3-point line, they'll wait and they'll get the board. It's crazy.
Remember that one 3-pointer he shot for the Lakers, Stu, when he dropped that 30-point game?
Yeah.
Got to admit, actually, it didn't look too bad.
No, he actually has a pretty fundamental flick release, but he's not going to be a 3-point threat.
No.
Wow.
Come on, Dwight. Just come on. Work on some post moves. That'd help.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? That's exactly right. Try and, front the basket. I mean, all these off seasons of, Hakeem Olajuwon and doing these drop steps and everything, and you see these viral videos on Slam Magazine of him posting up and fronting, and then the season comes and he does one move. That's it.
Yep. Yeah, I totally agree. Give me a break.
Just practice being a better teammate, you dick.
Get out of Manly and go home.
Is he still in Manly?
He's not still in Manly. I think he's gone now, but still.
Wonder if he came to Melbourne.
Probably not. Why would you?
What's the...
That's fucking better than Sydney, prick.
Hey. What's the deal with this time of year? I mean, we do see it a bit throughout the year, but it definitely, I think, escalates come playoff time. All the salty vets, all the salty previous stars, like calling out this generation players. I just get a little fed up with it. I mean, T-Max on television talking trash every week. Robert Horry is calling... What did he say? Olajuwon was 20 times better than Tim Duncan. Magic saying that they would sweep this day's Warriors team. I mean, come on. Can we all
Robert Horry's on crack.
20 times better than Tim Duncan?
No,
I mean, he should know better. He played for both of them. Like, come on now.
Well, doesn't that make him qualified?
I suppose, in a sense, but it just to say that Olajuwon was 20 times better than Tim Duncan?
No, look, you can't agree with that. I've said this before. I don't know why these old dudes just can't enjoy the game and just, you've had your time. Just enjoy what's going on and enjoy your retirement and your money. And I just don't get it. I don't see the point of it. Magic would sweep the Warriors. Don't worry about that.
Well, I kind of liked Draymond Green's response to it. I thought that was pretty cool. Like, he kind of just took it. He just kind of took it.
Draymond's garden. Jabbar.
Well, that's what he said. It's like, yeah, they probably, I think it was along the lines of, that was along his lines of thinking, that's cool. Like,
Magic would take Curry down to the post. Worthy would cover Durant.
The Lakers would smash him. We all know that.
Byron Scott can take Clay.
I think Clay's dad could take Clay.
Rambus off the bench. AC Green.
Jesus.
Michael Cooper. Maybe we'd smash him.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to relocate. I think the rain's getting really heavy and it's on my roof. Like, it's really loud on my car.
Really? It's on your roof? No way.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like it's coming down from the sky and it's falling straight down. It's really weird. It's never done this before.
See, I had this thought in my head that it was like would hail on you while you were in the car recording, which would actually be.
I can't hear you because it's hailing.
Well, we can't hear it.
Yeah, I can't hear anything.
I keep muting it. When I'm not talking, I'm muting.
Do you need to jump?
Yeah, I'm just going to get in my boat and I'm going to get out of here.
How does Sydney's second richest man not have a mansion with a garage on it?
So, I suppose for all our season pass members, they would have heard our draft preview show, and we threw a lot of shade at New York, I suppose, with all due.
How's Phil not liking the Kristaps trade?
That's what I was going to bring up. I was just going to bring that up. Obviously, on the show, Vince, you had a lot of Kristaps trades. 4 or 5
like
of
three,
them.
Man, come on.
4 or 5 of them. Let's be fair. So I threw it out to our biggest Knicks fans on the courtside page, Philip Brown and Stephen Rodgick, and just to get their thoughts on what they would give up to trade the unicorn if they had to.
How could you not want Zach LaVine, Gorgie Deng, and pick 7?
Phil is not impressed with your Zach LaVine offer.
Well, maybe Phil's just breathing in too much of that Balinese air.
In fact,
and eating their dodgy food.
He likened Zach LaVine's future to that of J.R. Ryder.
Yeah, that's just have another Bintang, Phil. That's crazy talk.
But Steve did say that he'd like to preface by saying if New York traded Zinger, that would be an all-time Knicks stupidity. You just can't trade a unicorn, particularly when he falls in your lap. That being said, Vince's Minnesota trade isn't that crazy, he says.
See? You get quality back and you make a good pick at 7.
He says chuck in the 5th pick, and he reckons Phil the hippie in a smoke-filled haze would probably pull on the deal.
I reckon Phil would do the deal now if you presented that to him.
And he also says I don't have to honour your suggested prize.
Oh, yes, you do.
Hell no.
You are, and you will. And you'll like it.
Disturbing.
I like Steve. Steve's a good lad.
He is. So I think overall, they didn't like your deals, mate.
Bullshit, Steve did. Phil was just drunk. I think he's drunk a lot, Phil, actually.
Really? Oh, actually, side note.
Accusation?
I've got to ask you guys, because you guys are probably bigger drinkers than me, but I saw a clip the other day, first time I've ever seen a helium beer.
Yeah, that's a hoax. That
is it
thing.
Really? I thought so, but I was kind of hoping it was real.
Yeah, it's not.
Didn't see it.
Helium beer. So it's like, what was the gist behind it? Basically, the bubbles are filled with like helium or whatever.
Yeah, they're just proclaiming that during the distilling process or something, they're infusing it with helium, and that's the way it's brewed. But it's it's just dudes with a voice thing over there. Yeah, it's fake.
That's bullshit, man. That's bullshit. I've been drinking this shit all week.
Wow.
Oh, we've gone gimmicky.
You are a dead set flog. You are a dead set flog, I'm telling you.
Mate, how long have you been waiting to make that joke?
3 years.
All week.
3 years.
You dick. You are a dick. God. People are paying for this? No, they're not. It's a Minnesota. Thank God.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry.
I think me and Benson are just going to break off, make our own show.
Oh, boy. Well, let's get into the questions then, shall we? So each and every week, we hit the Facebook page, all caps courtside, and ask you guys, the fans, what teams and topics you'd like to hear on this week's show. TK wants to know, are the Lakers really serious about not taking Lonzo Ball?
Absolutely not. They haven't even worked him out yet. And that reporter, I think it's John Schultz, just go and check his Twitter account. He is full of shit. I don't think he's predicted one thing that's correct. So, or reported on one thing that's correct in a number of years. So, it's absolutely false. They're high on him. They'll take him if he's there. Don't worry about that.
How much do you think of it is like a smokescreen? Like how much do you think teams really do put out that sort of stuff where it's like, well, we're not interested, just to maybe throw other teams off? For LA, I mean, I don't think it really makes much sense. They got the number one pick. It seems pretty obvious that Boston aren't going to take Lonzo because he doesn't even want to work out for those guys. Fultz seemed to be the answer for those guys at the moment, so you're pretty safe. But in general, I suppose, how much sort of smokescreen do you think other teams throw out there? Like they're not interested in a player to sort of deter teams, or
I don't know.
Like, do you think...
I don't know.
Where the fuck do I know? I'm not in the front office.
The team in front of you on the draft board is going to potentially pick for the same position. You might want to kind of fox them a little bit, but I don't know. I think that report is full of shit. I think we're taking Ball, and I don't know what impact saying that we're not would have on Philly, but yeah, I don't really know if teams do that. Do they do that?
Well, I don't think they do as much as people report. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense to put all that out there and then pick the guy, because then the guy's thinking, but you guys have been reporting all week that you didn't want me.
Can we just wait till he's been worked out, at least? Till there's any talk of smoke screens and smoke signals? Actually, I wouldn't mind seeing Lonzo end up in Philly. I reckon he'd be a really good fit there.
Craig Nicholson commented to the Lakers question that if the Lakers pass, can Philly please pass on him as well?
Oh, boy.
No.
Well, it was funny because I was reading a report today that Suns GM was saying that that Lonzo would be a good fit next to Booker.
Yeah, I can see that. I reckon that'd be a pretty good fit.
I mean, I think they're pick...
Yeah, but he's not dropping that low, though.
He's not going to drop the pick 5, though. I couldn't see that happening.
No. But if they want to trade us Devin Booker for pick 2, I'd be looking at that.
Yeah, I'd be up for that. If we could somehow do a 3-way and get Porzingis, that would also work.
Let's make it happen. Let's call Magic.
Right.
I'm disappointed. I found out Magic doesn't tweet. He gets other people to tweet for him.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's no point following him.
That's pretty lame.
Start a feud with his tweet controller.
Yeah, I don't know who it is. I know. Bill Simmons tweeted for him once.
Just tweet at him and then hashtag, "You're not even real."
Yeah, somehow do it in a helium beer voice.
I'll leave that to McCoy. No, that's why I don't follow him. I'm like, if you're not going to tweet, I'm not going to follow you. So. Benson would have someone who tweets for him. Yeah, I don't even know how to use a computer, so...
This isn't even Benson now, Vince.
This isn't even me. This is my brother.
No, he hires a bloke. He's so rich he hires a bloke to tweet for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I haven't actually been to the toilet in 3 years either.
Wow.
I've got a guy.
Do you hire a bloke to moan for you?
Oh, come on. Let's get to our next question.
You've got to get some action for that to happen.
Let's get to the next one. Great. It's paying me out.
Next question.
All right. Stephen Rodgick asks, to make your dreams come true, Hank, how can we lobby Cuban to trade for Olenek to have Dirk versions 1 and 2.0 on the Mavs?
Like it.
How
would you tell the difference between the two of them? Imagine having those guys in your locker room.
I hate you, Steve. I hate you for bringing this up.
Did you find the episode where you said that Kelly and Olenek?
I didn't. I will find it.
Next Dirk Nowitzki.
I didn't say that. I didn't say he was the next Dirk. I didn't proclaim Olenek was going to blossom into the Dirk Nowitzki flower, but
No, you did.
I will find the episode and prove myself right.
God, you'll always have that one game.
But yeah, I know, right?
You even compared his rookie stats to Nowitzki's.
Yeah, they were similar. They were very similar.
Yeah. Yeah. You still put, oh, Jesus.
It could happen.
Could happen to anyone.
Any more questions? Or
No, that's it. That's a round.
yeah, you guys pissed off all the listeners.
Mate, look, listen to me. There's only one person on this show who calls out and pisses off our listeners every week, and that's you, buddy.
Yeah. No, it's not. They love me. They love me.
Oh, boy.
Ratings are down when I'm not on. It's a fact.
Is that
Is that a fact?
That's a fact. We got emails saying more me, less McCoy.
One random message.
It still happened.
Hey, I gave you a damn show. Come on.
If you got to do that one message like TV ratings. So that one person, that's like 1 million people.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks for that email, by the way, Steve Benson. Wink, wink.
Here it comes. Watch out! Here it comes. Watch out!
Ball.